And 3, 2, 1, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight, I have Carl, the Mus, George, and the Andy. We are the Monday Blues, proudly brought to you by Globalnet Solutions Australia, Mercadante, Woodfire, Pizzeria, Elite Plastering Group, Kami Projects, Zach Nasser from YPA, Raz Holmes, the Bottle Pascaval, and Demo Finance. We are here with the Round 8 review. The dismal performance that the Baggers dished up at Adelaide Oval against the Crows. The Crows got up 16-14, 110 to Carlton's 7 goals, 8-50. Oh, shit, that was a bad one. Let's quickly go around the grounds. Boys, how are we doing? Mus, welcome back. I'm going to throw it straight to you.
Thanks, Amal.
Mus?
What's going on? How you going?
Looks like someone else.
Looks like
Does, huh? Does. I won't
Like a certain
comment.
small forward that we don't like.
Yeah. You went there. Yeah, I do have a bit of colour there, mate. Thank you. Thanks for noticing.
oh no.
George is like, oh no.
No, fuck him. I'm off him. I'm off the train. Fuck him. Sorry,
Very
I've gone
good.
early.
Very
Off
good.
the mush train already.
No.
That
Welcome
too.
back, Mus.
That too.
Welcome,
Thanks.
mate. Welcome
Thanks.
back, bro.
Thanks, guys.
How
How was
your
your trip, mate?
It's good for the first week, and then unfortunately the old barley belly kicked in. But it was just in time for the Adelaide match. So much of a muchness, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, it was good. Good to be back. Got a bit of sun. It's good to have a bit of a break. Missed the Geelong game, which was a good one. Back in time for Carlton again. Fantastic.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Mus is
Did you
the
catch
curse, by the way.
Did you catch the game? The Geelong game?
I did.
You were struggling to.
Surely there'd
find
be
a
a lot of
stream,
bars. Surely there'd be a lot
Hey?
of bars up there that will show it, right?
There were.
I
but
hear
I'm just
barley
thinking-
belly.
Yeah, and I was watching. It was the Geelong game. I had it on the iPad going. I was actually in bed that day. The GP. I don't know if there's a GP there. I don't know what they are, bro. They come with a briefcase and pulls out the IV and all the rest of it and start pinning you with all that sort of stuff. But within 20 minutes, I was good to go. But I was just real tired, so I was falling in and out of sleep while I was watching that game. Maybe I'm the problem. Who
Not
knows?
maybe, but not maybe. but-
Andy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Another week, another Carlton drama. Same old. Actually had a wedding last night, my cousin's wedding. Congratulations to Daniel and Claudette.
Congratulations.
So I was a bit dusty today, unexpected few drinks. But it was good. Got a funny story about that wedding. I'll tell you a bit later. It's pretty good. But it was good. I'm all right. Shit loss. We'll get into it, I'm sure. Carl?
My weekend was great, man. I had a good weekend. Went to Motor X, big car show on Saturday up in Flemington.
Looked real good.
Yeah, took my two older boys. Came back to the shit show. Watched the first quarter. Said to my wife, "Get the kids ready. Let's go out to dinner." And I missed the rest of the game. Beautiful, absolutely worth it.
Great choice.
Yeah, I swear it was beautiful. Then Sunday went and bought a new mic, so you can all hear me, as we were having some issues last week. But overall, my weekend was great. So happy I missed
I was going to say, Carl, your voice is deeper than normal.
Mm.
I told them when I bought, I want a deeper mic so Amal can hear me.
Bro, what is in front of you? It looks like there's like a friggin' lawnmower in front of you. That's
It
huge.
is, mate. It is. It's a Honda lawnmower. it's a road mic. Road mic.
Looks like a cup holder from the angle. It looks like the cup holder's going to. But mate, I'll tell you what, it is.
What's it look like, Georgie?
I'm not going to do that again. Sorry.
just a cup holder. What kind of cups you holding, mate?
I'll let you hold it later.
I've got a terrible knack for that. When you're explaining something and you. Anyway,
tell you what, Carlton.
Anyways, how was your weekend, Georgie?
Hey,
how was your weekend, George?
Yeah, it started well. Oz kick for the little one. Saturday came around. You half tree up for the game, but then you remember it's Adelaide in Adelaide, and then the first quarter hits, and then it was just ruins your weekend, right? But I think it was 3/4 time. Folks came over for dinner, and then everyone's sort of sitting at the table having dinner, and I'm just sitting there in the lounge watching, and everyone's like, just turn it off, just come and sit here with us, right? So it was the first time I've missed any bit of the game, I think, in years. But it was like detaching, and I felt a little bit free. So yeah, that was the only happiness I had. I think it was the fourth quarter, and then hearing it in the background, oh, they've kicked another, and then literally, it was depressing. But yeah,
George,
Sunday,
it looks like you're spiraling, mate.
I'm spiraling, Ralph. Fucking spiraling. Lack of sleep. No, Sunday, I can't even remember what I did, to be honest. So, but yeah, lucky we didn't go. I think Andy was speaking about going to the game a few months ago, just over a random session of Rocket League. Andy and I like, let's book Adelaide.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God we dodged that bullet, bro.
So we booked Sydney instead.
We got Sydney instead.
It's going to be even worse.
It's funny.
Shit.
It's funny because just after the Geelong game, I quietly said in the group chat, I said, oh, you know what, I'm really excited for Sydney now. I fucking take that back.
Yeah,
I tell
you
you
did.
what,
You did say that.
You did, yeah.
How was your weekend, Amal?
I'm excited. Oh, shithouse. It started with my own match.
What happened?
Got called up to the Rezzies. So went up from the thirds team up to the seconds, and it wasn't because I was good. It was because they fucking needed the numbers, which was pretty shit. So I was flattened because of that. Because going into a team or playing for a side that is one short on the field, let alone the bench, they had no one on the bench, and you're one short on the field, was just shithouse. So there was no excitement in the build up to that, which was deflating and then, you get pumped by 60, 70 points, and then you got to go and vote after, because I couldn't get any other time to fucking do it. So I had to go vote, wait in line for an hour to put a vote in. And then you go home, you like you said, George, right? You try and G up for the game, and it's just not happening. The excitement wasn't there. And then the game started.
And finished quickly.
And like most of us, I watched it up until about halfway through the third quarter. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Why? It was abysmal. It was miserable. It was depressing. And yeah, we just left, went for a drive. I think we went out for dinner. We got some acai or did something, but better than sitting there and watching that crap. I'll tell you what.
It was a hard watch. It was it was evidently clear from the first bounce, from the first 5 or 10 minutes, that they didn't not just rock up to. They didn't even leave the plane. Like, they did not. It was laborious. It was like they had a couple of outs and they doubled down on speed, and it's just evidently clear.
Yeah,
we just aren't. We aren't there. We aren't there
at all.
So the last few weeks are paper over the cracks, and you're not remediating the root cause, which is still we get beaten by fast ball movement and quick teams, and they just absolutely it was a training drill. It was hard to watch. We weren't getting the. It was, you know what it was like. It was like, when you're in primary school and it's like grade 6s versus like grade 2s. Like when you take the ball off the grade 2s and stuff, and you just start kicking it around. That's what it was like. They were just getting space everywhere, and it was a tough slog. And then even when we thought we were in it, it's a couple of goals in, they just put the foot on the pedal, and they were, they're like, we're done playing. Let's get real. So it should have been more. I'm surprised it was 60 points, to be honest, because the way we played was just laborious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 14 points sort of says enough for Adelaide, right? They kicked 16 with 14 behinds. It should have been probably another 5 or 6 goals more. It had 100 points written all over it. But I think for me, I feel like put ourselves on the back foot right from the get-go with bringing Docherty back in. And again, it's the same mistakes that this club is making over and over and again. Docherty was bad. He was nowhere near it. And look, a lot of players were as well. But let's start with Docherty here. Docherty is he? I don't know what's going through his head. Surely at some point throughout that game, he's probably asking himself, do I still have enough to give this club? Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been like that all year. I hardly watched any of the game. Watched a bit of the first, that was it. But he hasn't shown anything all year. So I'm not even sure why he was brought back in. Why wouldn't you bring in a kid instead? Because he had 27, 28 odd touches last week in the VFL. I thought, yeah, all right, he's ready to come back in.
But it's not just Docherty, it's selection integrity across the board, and we've questioned this for the last 3 years. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
You reckon the game was lost at the selection table before the bounce? I reckon that's what it seems like. And actually, I'll share the great man out of Carlton. Leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left. I think Jamie Carragher said that. And it's sad to see because Doc is an absolute champion of the club, right? He's we all love him. He's done amazing things. Multiple ACLs, multiple bouts of cancer. His body's been through a lot, and he's come back every time for himself, his family, his football club, his teammates. And what we're seeing now is it's a bit sad, right? Like I really hope he can come into some level of form and contribute, whether that is at the AFL or VFL. I feel like he'd be a great mentor in the VFL for those blokes, just, in the twos. And he was playing well. I think he had a good fourth quarter last week or whatnot. And I still would have liked to have seen, I said it on the preview, I would have loved to have seen the Campo, Ben or Lucas come in front of their family, in front of their friends, come in at are they going to provide you less than what Doc's output was? And again, you're using a sample size of this one game, but it just seems like he's off the mark, he's off the pace. And it just feels like when we carried Murph to 300, I don't think there's no milestone coming up for him, but it just feels like that. When we carried Murph, and it was just like I said, I reckon they had the marketing budget. They're like, we got all these T-shirts and mugs to sell, guys. We have to get into 300. We've ordered them all from China. Let's get it sorted. But yeah, Doc's got no milestone. It was a tough watch.
Yeah, and even like you said it right. Are the Campos, any of the Campos, going to offer more than what Doc does? Maybe not. But the outlook that you have on the Campos compared to Doc is completely different, right? With Doc, you're going, there's nothing more. He's not going to get any better from here. This is probably his peak. We may get another couple of good games out of him. But with the Campos, you go, even if they play like shit, you'll say they will be better for it. It's a much more of a positive mindset from not only your fans, but the playing group as well. Is this really the right call bringing Doc in? PJ Vetter, I'd take Brody Mychek over Kerner every day of the week. Our Drew Coleman medalist has lost his spark and pizzazz and inherited the lazy trait. What did you boys think of Kerner's performance on the weekend?
Nice.
That's literally what it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck all. But I really dislike the link with Collingwood. But fuck, man, I watched their game, and whilst they lost, which was a good outcome, you got the likes of Sidebottom and Pendlebury having fucking all Australian years. They're 37 years of age. Like, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
Those names have dominated for 2 decades, almost, right? They've put it over teams continuously for 2 decades. We've sat back and watched people that we drafted before and after go through and have a mediocre career and retire before these guys are just taking it to another level. And I'll actually also share another comment. Enzo, both Campo boys for Doc and Akers. Akers is worrying me. I don't know what it is this year, but he just does not look interested. He looks off. And when Akers was like the barometer of our team for a long time, one of the hardest workers of the team, and sets the standard. Yeah. I just hope he can refine that spark, that form, because at the moment he's just looking a shell of his former self.
Yeah, Just going back quickly on Doc, there is some vision that I want to show. Now this was very, very early in the first quarter. I think it was his first or second touch. And just get a load of this, right? Kerno takes a solid mark, goes back to Doc here as you would, and then just watch the outcome of this kick.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah, there was a whole heap of them, bro. Whole heap of that. Wasn't the only isolated one.
Wow.
McGovern had 4 from full back, right? Like, I mean, but again, I don't just blame him. I blame the running patterns, people giving him options. How many times did you see Gov absolutely butcher it from kickouts? And yeah, he just keeps taking them.
yeah.
Yep.
He shanked one against Adelaide as well. He literally shanked one. I'm almost certain. I wish I had the vision for that, but McGovern
Against Geelong, you mean?
Was it Geelong or was it
don't
Adelaide? I feel like he shanked one really bad. Went straight to an Adelaide player.
He shanks one at least every week we play. At least twice.
One good thing, one shit thing. That's McGovern.
Yeah. Sometimes maybe
Hasn't
good,
changed since we got
sometimes
him.
Yeah.
Hey, what do we have to do to get rid of Mlop out of this side?
Oh.
Am I just going to address the elephant in the room here? And how's his bloke keep fucking getting games? Like, that's it.
What do you do with him? Like, we're now round 8, right? He's played every single game. He hasn't been dropped, has he? He hasn't been.
Not since
Not
coming
an
in,
injury, no
Don't be
omission,
silly.
nothing like that. At what point does the team go, you know what, enough's enough? You're not performing. You're not. You need to be dropped. You need to go back into the VFL. You need to find your form and then come back in. Why can anyone, for those here watching along, we've got 137. Let me know, why on earth is Mlop still getting a game?
I don't think anyone knows like a genuine answer for that.
He's not fast at all.
Nah.
Have a look at have a look at this. There is 0 speed again in the first quarter.
Mind you, he's got 3 lengths before he got caught.
Yeah, and does absolutely nothing with it. So forget speed because there's none of it, right? There's no speed. Nothing. So what are we holding on to?
Can you play that again, please?
Bro, he had 3 lengths. I'm telling you. Look.
It's like he's just
That-
standing still.
That's a
Wow.
bad one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's our
I
small
was,
forward.
I was still having the faith last week and the last couple of weeks because I said I like the rotations through the midfield. I like that we're trying something different with him, but I think it's blatantly obvious now. This week, I'm off that train. He needs a stint in the twos. He can't just keep getting gifted games. The attending centre bounces worked against West Coast and North. You know, flat track bullies. Again,
Yep.
Our last 20 games, we've beaten Geelong, North, West Coast. Haven't shown anything else. And it's all well and good being flat track bullies against 2 teams. But this game showed exactly where we are. This is where we are. We aren't as good as we think. We are nowhere near where we think we are. And when you keep gifting games, there's no explanation for it. I don't know. Has he got photos? Are we meeting a diversity quota? What's going on? I don't understand. When there are players that might be more deserving, when there are players that you just want to try something different, just try something else, right? At this point, as sad as it is, there's going to be some Carlton fans calling for Francis Evans to come back, right? But in all honesty, selection integrity has been talked about for a very, very long time. It's not there. We're gifting games. We're getting the same players back in. We're not trying something new. You got to see something. You started seeing something from Voss when he dropped Doc, and you think, okay, maybe, and the language he was using, maybe the tide's turning a little bit. No. Yeah.
What are they waiting for, Fantasia? Is that what they're waiting for? Like, honestly, what is it?
Just bring in a fucking witch's hat. Same shit. How many tackles did Mlop play on the weekend? Anyone? Half a tackle, maybe at best.
I'll tell you in a second. It's funny you
Yeah.
bring up the tackle, Mus. It's very, very funny. Because let me
Go
show you
on.
something. Look at
Uh-oh.
this. This happens so many times every single game.
Yeah,
He can't stick a tackle. I
that's
don't know.
probably his
It-
best. That's his best. Actually, that
it's
was a fair
been
effort, actually.
very, very concerning over the last few weeks, even against I think West Coast and all. He can't stick a tackle. It's concerning.
I was when I was out for dinner, I was obviously keeping an eye on the score, and when Fogarty got subbed out, I actually took a screenshot of Jesse Motlop's stats and Fogarty's stats. I didn't watch the game, but when he got subbed out, Fogarty had 8 touches. Was running at 88% efficiency. Mlop had 5 touches, 2 of them were turnovers. How was he not subbed out instead?
Yeah,
Was Fogarty's game a lot worse? Like, did he not see that?
one tackle, Mlop. Fantastic.
Yeah. And both Fogarty and Durden have been excellent the last couple of weeks. Durden, since his return, has been... You can't really fault Durden since his return. He's actually been really, really good. And Fogarty, since Durden has returned, has upped his game too. Mlop has just been below par. And that's really all you can say. You can't say he's been any better than that. He needs a stint. End of discussion. Like, that's it.
Yeah, not going to happen. Should we all email the club?
I think Mus emailed the club. Mus, did you end up emailing?
I was very close, bro. But I think I'll tell you what. I might on the back of this episode, laying in bed, I might send them a cheeky email. We'll see what
Cheeky
happens.
email, you reckon?
What are you going to say, bro?
Fucking pull up and drop the dog, man. That's it. Nah. I'll be a bit more professional. To whom it may concern, drop. Anyway, I'll just let's move right along.
Well, look, Adelaide were good though. They did play a very, very nice brand of footy, home ground advantage and everything like that. But we were second to the ball. We gave them so much space throughout the whole game, even in the first quarter. So much space, like to George's point, right? Laborious. Key word for tonight: laborious. Didn't look like they wanted to be there at all.
I don't think you can really blame the interstate trip for losing like that, to be honest. That's bullshit. You bring it no matter where you are. That's not an excuse.
Adelaide got it over us, I think, more than Collingwood do mentally now. Like, if
Even in Melbourne, they put it on us.
Bogey side, and we're about to face another fucking bogey side on Friday, right? Thank God it's at the G and not Melbourne.
Yeah, gives us.
But you got the narrative of Ben Keys ripping one, into Sard, and now Sard is I'll let the other small forward.
George
gone.
George.
And
Still
lose.
Adelaide.
I'm back.
George took an
Yeah,
audio.
If my internet's bad enough. Started getting a bath every time play Adelaide. Their forwards absolutely putting it over us. Their small forwards showing us what a group of small forwards should be doing. Doubling down and thinking we're going to beat them in the contested ball. They not only kill us at the coalface, but on the outside as well. Absolutely took us to town. It was the strangest game from the first minute. We just looked so off, and we didn't even get off the plane. Shout out being purple and green. Thank you for the donation, mate. Hey boys, you suck, but at least you weren't Freo.
I don't know, man. I think we're worse.
That was a pretty shit game to watch.
Frio's doing it tough too, but the Saints play that style of footy. They flood the back, they do your head in, and then once you've had enough, they go and kick some goals. That's Saints footy. Let's see what we do with it.
That's Frost Lion footy.
Mm. Yeah. Yep. Andy, you've been very quiet.
I'm scared.
I've been enjoying just listening to you boys talk. I don't know. I think we all knew this was going to be a tough game, right? I think we all knew it's going to be a tough. We're playing Adelaide. Adelaide, like you boys said, they put it over us, in Melbourne. Put it over us in Adelaide. Probably if we played them in fucking Northern Territory on a fucking piece of sand, they'd probably put it over us over there too, barefoot. Jesse might get a fucking kick up there, but I just want to say that this football club is so fucking mentally fragile that I think if the players think, this isn't on Voss. This is not on Voss. Anyone, I've heard people say, oh, Voss needs to go. People need to shut the fuck up about that. Voss isn't out there telling Charlie Curnow not to put in second efforts. Voss isn't out there telling TDK that he's not worth 1 point whatever and to turn the ball over every time he touches it. Voss isn't out there telling Jesse Mlop to be a weak little fucking dog. Voss isn't out there telling Ollie Holland to turn it over every time he gets a chance. Voss isn't out there telling Blake Acres to just completely forget how to play football. Voss isn't out there telling Sam Docherty that he shouldn't be out on a football field anymore. Voss isn't out there telling Lewis fucking Young to just run around like a headless chook, like he's never played on a footy field before. Our players are very, very, very weak-minded. Very weak-minded. We're so fragile, and we're not a real football club. We're not a real football team. Simple. Anyone who tries to tell me this team will go somewhere, nah. I think the players have too much pull at the club. I think the players have too much say. I think certain players, you boys mentioned already, I don't want to keep piling on Jesse Mlop. He's an easy target because he's a fucking dud. We get it. He's a dud. And I saw some people in the chat saying, oh, but who are you going to bring in? He does nothing anyway. So bring anyone else to do nothing. So what are we actually fucking missing if we take him out? Nothing. We're going to miss all 6 touches. People talk about his pressure acts. He can't lay a fucking tackle, bro. You could fucking put Velcro on him and he wouldn't stick. I'm telling you. He's too fucking small. And his arms they're not right. They're not footy. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I just think we need to stop blaming Voss. Start blaming, and we said this last time, we got to start blaming the people above him. Brad Lloyd needs to get the fuck out of the football club today. Now. He's responsible for all this. Right? Corey Durden came in, he did all right. He did good against West Coast, did good against North, did okay last week, played his role. Where the fuck was he? Fogarty, another one. Dud. What the fuck is he? I said at the start of the year when we were talking about depth and what, we haven't really got depth in the defense and depth in the forward, whatever. My biggest concern was the midfield. I said that, and people looked at me like I was fucking retarded because we've got Cripps, because we've got Walsh. We didn't know Georgie Hewitt was going to have such a good year, but we've got Chera. Okay, but then what? We couldn't win a centre fucking clearance against Adelaide. Mm-hmm. TDK is not a good ruckman. So if St Kilda want to give him 1.8, I'll chip in an extra 100K. Fucking take the cunt. Take the bloke. Sorry, guys. Apologize. Sorry, YouTube. Take the bloke. He's not a $1.8 million player. He's just not. Right? So if they want to overpay, take him. I don't care. But put him up against a decent ruckman, mate, he doesn't stand a chance. Does not stand a
He gets given a
chance.
buff. He gets given a buff.
Every single time. Every single time.
But that's everybody on our list, bro.
No.
Every single player.
But his manager's demanding 1 point for something.
Nah, he can get fucked. But what I'm saying is any player under duress, under that Carlton fucking list, against any quality opposition, will get manhandled.
Fold. We fold like a fucking ironing board. I saw something. I was watching the game with Morris. I was at the shop. And Morris pointed it out. I'm like, nah, surely not. I rewinded it. I wish I had the footage. I got it on my phone. I should have sent it to you boys. 3/4 time, we're down by 9 goals. 9 goals we're down by. I see Sam Walsh having a fucking laugh, walking back to his position.
Yep.
Does this game mean anything to these blokes? Like, do they care? We say repeatedly they don't care. Then they pull out a performance like they did against Geelong, and we think, hey, maybe they do care. But at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck, bro. They'll play their 4 quarters. They'll have their ice bath. They'll have their team meeting, and then that's right, Carl. Money. They'll get their money. They'll get their paycheck, and they're laughing, bro. Sam Walsh is posting his Lambo every fucking week. Charlie Kerner has got a clothing brand that he's spruiking every week. These blokes don't like footy. Footy is a job, and rightfully so, right? I think AFL players cop enough scrutiny to say, you know what, we don't give a fuck either, which is a job to us, and I understand that. So I'm putting this back onto the supporters. Why should we care? This club has given us every reason to stop caring. And I'm going to flip it, right? We watched Collingwood be down by 3 goals with about 2 minutes left, and they kept going. They kept fucking playing, literally till after the siren. They had a shot on goal to take the game after the siren. Yes, they missed. Craig McRae has this team, and one of the boys said this to me, George. He said to me, Craig McRae has them thinking they're superheroes. They believe in his system because his system has shown results. What is our system? We had a system, but was that system or momentum? I think we ride momentum, and as soon as our momentum is broken, we go into our shells.
Yep.
I don't think we're strong mentally. I think we're very, very fragile. We're like under 16s playing against, probably resis or seniors. We're not quite at that level. We might be talented. We might have some good top-end talent. But when you got Adam Chera turning the ball over 3-4 times in a quarter, what hope do you have? He's supposed to be one of your best kicks.
Yep.
People say, play Ashton Moyer. Ashton Moyer's a fucking dud. He's a fucking spud. The blokes in the fucking resis, scoreless for 3 quarters. I don't even know what he ended up on. I don't know if he scored a goal or whatever, but he's a dud. He's a fucking dud.
He'll get called up at Spud's game Friday, so that's the right game.
Of course. There you go. Play a Spud in Spud's round. Yeah, why not?
Spud's, yeah. Just really quickly, going back to your Collingwood point, I've heard some supporters and fans talking about, how shit it's going to be. Collingwood's going to get to 17 before we do. And do the players care enough? The players can't even get up enough against Collingwood in a regular season fixture, let alone care about getting to number 17. You see the likes of the players that donned the jumper and won flags for us and would absolutely kill. And you hear the way they talk about what it means to them. Our players can't even get up for the regular game against Collingwood, let alone number 17.
Yeah.
So you talk about caring, you talk about the difference between Collingwood and Carlton. That's the difference. And as much as it will hurt, absolutely will. We shouldn't be disillusioned to think, that they care, because evidently they don't even for the regular games.
Yep.
After the Richmond game, I said I could never trust this team. I lost trust in them, and they gained a little bit of that back. The way we beat North, the way we beat Geelong. The way we went back at them when they came at us. Then they pull this out again, and it's like they're just proving us right. Don't fucking sook it up on social media about people abusing you or whatever. How fucking dare this club turn around and say, stronger together? Stronger nothing, bro. This is fucking bullshit. Fucking come out and play a fucking game. Bro, we don't give a fuck if you lose. If you lose, yes, we'll get cut. But if you show fucking character and you show like want and you want to be there and you want the ball. These blokes are running away from the fucking ball.
Yeah.
They don't want to be there. When it's not on their terms, they're exactly like private school kids that have had it on a silver platter their whole fucking lives, and then they hit the AFL and they realize, oh, it's a little bit tough. And Carlton's the type of club, not like a Hawthorn, where they got Sam Mitchell to fucking slap him across the ears. Carlton's like, nah, come, cuddle. Here's some cotton wool. Here, wrap yourself, Jesse. You can wrap yourself. Oh, Doc, you're such a great story, Doc. We love everything you've done. We're just going to hand you another year, mate. You know what? Don't even worry about another year. You can take someone's spot in a fucking semi-final. Someone who's played all year. Or you know what? Maybe not all year. They played the last 3 games, got us over the line into finals. You can take his spot. How the fuck do we expect this team to have good morale when you've got decisions made like that? Where Sam Docherty gets a game before Cooper Lord in a fucking final. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Play the Camporelli boys. Why are we the only club that doesn't play first-year players consistently? Why do we recruit players that can't fucking play in the first year? We played Lucas, fucking killed the kid in round 1. Probably, I think he played round 2, and then they dropped him.
Yep.
Like, how's he supposed to get better from that? What did he gain from that? We're so short-sighted in everything we do as a football club. And it's a fucking indictment on the leadership at that football club, off-field and on-field. And I'll go back to Harry Mackay off-field. I'll go back to Patrick Cripps talking about losing before the season even started. Patrick Cripps, I will fucking run through a wall for that guy. That is not captain talk. Take the fucking captaincy off him right now. As soon as he says we're going to lose some game, fuck off. Fuck off. Don't even fucking play. If you're already thinking of losing, why the fuck are you even out there? Why are you out there? What are we doing? That goes against everything that you're taught and shown by real winners. By real winners. Michael Voss can act like a tough guy now in the presses. Sorry, times 2. Can act like a tough guy in the presses now, but the damage is done. Like you've already fed this narrative to the fans that, oh, no, we trust, we love where we're going, we love what we're doing. Just stick fat. Bro, stick nothing, bro. Sorry, boys, I said it twice.
All right. Fantastic. It's good for someone to be on my wavelength of what I'm thinking, but you said it, but that's good. Nice.
Which part?
A whole lot. I've been saying
One
the
thing
whole year, bro. I said we're rubbish from the start.
Yeah. And here's another example of rubbish, right? Andy, you touched on it. You said that the desire isn't there. Actually, sorry, I think it was Andy or George, one of you. You said that Collingwood, we're not even able to get up for the Collingwood home game, right? Same thing in this game. We couldn't get up for it. We just could not get up for it. Just have a look at some of these examples. I want you to have a look at Paddy Cripps here, right? He's in the middle, ball watching. He's left that player in the middle, and they're out, gone. If Paddy Cripps was on 22 a little earlier, instead of just sitting around.
Who turned that over, though? Was that Jesse?
Jesse Mlop. Jesse
Nice.
Mlop.
My favourite player.
Here's another one. Just look at the wide open space that they have. There's 3 players going up to the same person, and they've left 4 players on their own, right? This one resulted in a goal. Have a look at this. Look at Neil Bullen. Look at Neil Bullen up the top, right? He's on his own. He's still on his own. He's still on his own. He's still on his own. And thank you very much.
Yep.
Made Adelaide look like the best team in the comp by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I said in the preview, we're going to make Neil Bullen. He's going to come up and kick a couple. He's going to look amazing against us. We make the space that they had over us, the speed, the way they moved the footy, and the way our movement was. We're just a one-way team, right?
100%.
We're a one-way team.
And our defense was shocking. He's the Rankine goal. Just watch him. Wide open. Wide open. And look for how long. Like, you'd think by this point someone would have picked him up. That was uncontested coming into the forward 50.
What was the difference in the defense, do you guys think? Sorry, Mal, real quick, because I know we got slapped, and I think that was our worst game we've had defensively for a long time. What was the difference? I mean, the defense, there wasn't much difference from structurally, but was it the midfield not chopping out? Was it
midfield?
I don't know.
Midfield, 100%. We got slaughtered out of the midfield.
Yep.
How can you defend some of those center clearances? As a defender, you got the ball coming in so easily. Mate, you know their forward line is dangerous, probably the most dangerous in the league, right? Tex Walker, Darcy Fogarty, and Riley Thilthorpe.
Fucking throw Keys in there as well.
Mate, Isaac Rankine going in there. Rochelle going in there. Neil Bullen.
Dawson.
Look, hey, shout out to Adam Saad for the first time in about 10 games. Ben Keys didn't have him in his back pocket. That was Neil Bullen this time instead. Neil Bullen put a masterclass on him, and then I don't know what they did with Saad. Saad's gone, bro. Saad's done. I'm sorry, Saad's gone. He's not good. He's finished. The game's gone past him. I'm just an idiot watching. I don't know anything about footy, right? I'm just a spectator. From me, I've got 1.5 eyes. I think that he is done. Hope he comes out, gets 40, kicks 8 goals. I don't know. But I just see him as being lost within this team anyway. Maybe he's not done from footy. Maybe he needs to go to a different club. But it's not working with Adam Saad. I don't know what it is.
You could say that with so many players, though.
Mm-hmm. And you should say it for all the players.
So many. Many. I think we've tried to build this game plan around Cripps. I reckon here's my wild conspiracy theory. I reckon Cripps is only Voss is only able to relate to a certain type of player, the type of player that he was, right? Bull, contested bull. And that's what Cripps is, right? So he's come into Carlton, he's tried to build a team around Cripps and that style of gameplay that he's used to. Contest, pressure, go hard at the ball, make everything a battle, make everything an arm wrestle. However, the link between Michael Voss's game plan and our recruitment strategy has just never, ever been there. Ever. I mean, is Adam Chera a contested bull? No. Sam Walsh a contested bull? No. Kennedy was. George Hewitt is kind of proving to be. But anyone else? No. Yeah. We got rid of Kennedy.
I miss Bam Bam.
Any of the other players that we've picked up over the last couple of years since Michael Voss has been at this club, contested bulls? No. No. Far from it. Far from it. And then you top it off with this. Something special from Weitering, which you don't usually see from him. But I mean, if Weitering's stuffing up in a game, then everyone else is. Just watch this.
Yeah, this was shit.
0 contact with Dawson, 0 contact with the ball. He almost killed Carroll.
And you know what the difference is right there? What he should have done? And because we're too nice, he won't fucking do it. The first few minutes of the game, first quarter, see how they came through Corky to Walsh, right in his quad.
Dawson,
right?
Yep.
It's Dawson, yeah. He came in. He could get him back. Get him back. You're a leader in the club, right? Dawson's come in. And I don't care what anyone says, it was on purpose. He came in and he drove the knee into Walsh, right? And he's like, I'm going to incapacitate him for the game. If I can wreck him for the game, I'm going to do it. I'm going to limit his running capacity. I'm going to handicap him, right? So Weitering's got a chance there. Too nice. Like, I'm not saying go and clothesline the bloke. Put a bit of body on. You've killed your teammate. And again, Weitering's usually a rock. He's perfect, right? So, I'm not going to solely blame it on him, but too nice.
I saw him lose it once. He lost it at Lewis Young, and Lewis Young had his arms out like, what? What am I supposed to do?
They can't play together in the back line.
Nah.
They don't trust. He doesn't trust him. It's
Well, I was-
evidently clear he doesn't trust him.
So, sorry, I was going to say that exact thing. I don't think we just trust anyone in defense, because for him to run back like that and then crash into his teammate without knowing it was his team, that's him saying, I don't trust that there's going to be a player there. I don't trust that there's a lack of trust and communication for me. We're so fucked. I've done the ladder predictor, right? Not a ladder predictor, sorry. I went through the fixture, the remaining fixture, and I have us at absolute best case winning 5 more games for the year. Best case. Winning 5 more. That'll put us on 8 wins. And that was me being really generous because we play Essendon twice. I thought maybe we can beat them twice. Maybe. Probably won't.
West Coast North.
We play West Coast and North. Again, one after another, which we're like blessed with. So we'll probably beat them. And there was one more. I can't remember who.
That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise, though. I had us winning 9 at the start of the year.
Yeah, I had us finishing 13th in the ladder predictor.
I'll go early if that's the case, right? If that's the case, as much as it absolutely sucks, you end up with that many wins for the year and you're in the bottom half. Let TDK take the money, get the compo pick, free up a shit ton of money, make another tough call. Someone else has to go, get some free up some cash.
Walsh,
and I'd
Docherty.
rather Zach Williams would be great, but anyway.
Zach Williams, Jesse Mlop,
free up a bit of cash and transform.
Weitering.
Let's slide down.
I reckon TDK is going, man. He's not staying.
Go get the compensation pick, transform the team. No ruckman's worth the amount that's being mooted at the moment. And as much as it would absolutely suck seeing him in colours, go and play in St Kilda's. St Kilda's irrelevant. Everyone will forget about him after 2 weeks anyway. Go transform your team. Get 3 or 4 quick players. Get some speed. Throw some money at Zach Butters. I don't know. You got to try something different. This is a chance. This is a bit of a free hit at the moment before Tassie comes in potentially.
Yeah,
to transform your squad.
Mm.
Right. This is a chance. And as much as it would absolutely suck, because I love him, what are we going to do with him? Let's be absolutely real at the moment, right? You sign him, you fork out a bit more money. I don't know, get the brown paper bags, buy him a business on Lygon Street or something, right? Make it happen. So, okay, he might get a couple of All-Australians, maybe make a couple of final series. Are we a premiership team with it? We haven't solved anything else, right? We haven't solved the speed problem. We haven't solved the midfield depth problem. We haven't solved, getting support in the forward line. We haven't solved these problems, and it just thinks of like, let's have the best full forward in the competition, like we did. Fev, loved watching him. Right, it was just Fev. Fev or bust, right? You'd have Fev. You'd have one of the best players in the competition. Amazing to watch, but we're a bottom 4 team every year, right? Mm. So as I initially was, I'd love to see him stay, but now if that's the case and we start ending up in the bottom half, which is where the compensation pick comes after your the pick we would have got in the draft, or the one we would have given to Hawthorn, I assume that's where the compo pick lands. Yeah, look, we're talking about the off-season already. Fuck me.
But to be fair, like if you put yourself in Tom de Koning's shoes and you're playing with this rabble of a club at the moment, why are you going to stay?
You don't.
Honestly,
That's
why?
a simple
You're
answer.
800,000 800,000 at Carlton, they'll say that. And what's St Kilda offering? 1.8, 1.7?
Bro,
Carlton
it's a job.
hasn't shown anything to make him want to stay. Why would you stay? Be a fucking idiot to stay.
It's a job. They don't give a shit anyway. So why the fuck was he going to stay? Regardless, he's not staying.
Right? If we're in top 4, we're contending for a premiership. I'd say he's a dog. Why isn't he staying? But for what?
I'm with Carl.
100%. I'd take the money.
This is where you come to end your career. You want to get a little paycheck at the end of your career. Do the Nick Haynes. Should have retired, but you know what? I'm going to come in, get $250 a year for a couple of years. I'm sweet. That's it. We really, it seems like we went all in on Jagger Smith. Jagger Smith, it seems like, we were building a game plan around him. That's what it seems like. He was going to be that speed that helped Sam Walsh. He was going to be everything. That's why we didn't go Dan Houston. And that's what it seems like, which is abhorrent to think that that's what we were doing. That we were putting all our eggs into the basket of an 18-year-old.
Kid, Jesse Mlop 2.0.
No, we don't know yet.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because Jesse
Potential.
Motlop wasn't a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Jesse Motlop is all hype. That's just club hype. That's all it is.
Yeah, literally, that's all it is.
Jagger Smith was wanted by 18 other clubs, pretty much. So that's the difference. Now,
until he plays, you really can't say anything.
Exactly. I have no faith.
Carlton.
I have no faith in our development. We are watching Ollie Hollands regress every game. Ollie Hollands is a playmaker. He's good. He can't hit a fucking target now. When he first started, the kid was exciting. The kid was good. Last year, he improved. This year, it's like, what's happened?
Like a family who go back together.
Like,
is there anything positive from the game?
Know.
Like, give me something, man. Like, surely, like 100.
It finished.
There was nothing, bro. There was nothing.
It was shock. Nah, bro.
Very bad.
Charlie with a junk time goal at the end to make it look like he did something. Yeah, the Blues are back.
It was the hardest watch. It was one of the hardest watches in a very, very long time. We've had some bad losses, right? But even in those bad losses, you've seen a couple of passages of play that were okay, or something to give you, something promising. That was as bad as I remember for a long time, and I felt like we have said that a little bit recently. But geez, compare that to round one, for example. Round one, the first half, and then we saw the ultimate capitulation. But at least we saw that first half. As soon as the first 5 minutes of this game rolled on, it was evidently clear that they weren't there to win. They weren't there to play.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of people weren't expecting us to win over there. They're like, go there, injury free, come up against the Saints or whatnot. Why can't we? Why? Like, we haven't beaten them there since 2010. All right, we've won a couple of fixtures there. Again, West Coast, Fremantle, Port game. Adelaide I said it on Thursday in the preview. Adelaide are another breed down there with their crowd when they get up and going. And if you don't silence them early, you're done.
Good luck.
You're absolutely done. And I'll go back to 2 years ago, gather round, and it was intimidating. It was, the atmosphere was insane. It's a little bit different to Brizzy at the Gabba, where it feels like an away game. Obviously, there's a bit of playfulness with the music of the players' goal songs or whatnot. But the way the Adelaide Oval, like architecturally designed, the noise was something else. It was something else. And with their crowd that are loud, they're vocal. I remember the same as that game. I think 5 minutes in, we were getting messages saying, book your flights back tonight, It just, they make us their bunnies every single time. And, opposition fans crying, oh, it's been 0 days since Carlton fans melting down again. Can you actually blame us, though? Right? Can you actually blame?
Yeah, I can, bro. I can. I swear I can, because we're so delusional. Like, we win a good game against Geelong and we're back.
Yeah, we fall for it quick.
We fall, exactly, Carl. We fall for it, bro.
This is it.
This team has done nothing.
Muss has been saying for the last 6 years going to cancel his membership.
I'll share this from Enzo.
It's coming.
I
said to you after the Sydney game, bro.
When you do it, I'm doing it with you.
It's gone. Gone, skis. I swear to you.
I'm doing it with you.
Hey, I made a promise. Unwarranted, unthing. We're watching Collingwood kill it for a half a footy, half and 3/4 of footy. And I said, fuck, they're a good team, yeah? They might win the flag. And I got angry. I'm like, if Collingwood win the flag, I promise you, I'm not going to a Carlton game next year. I'm so dirty at this football club that we've allowed Collingwood to go this far past us as a football club, as an organisation. I'm filthy at the Carlton Football Club for allowing it. And it starts with the dickheads on top to the dickheads down the bottom.
Cop that, Muss.
Muss, you're on top, mate.
But you're spot on. If you recall, a few years ago, Collingwood were in turmoil. right?
Yeah.
The board was in shambles. There's allegations left, right, and center. There's a whole review. There's a do better project. There's a the coach is gone. They're overhauling their list. They're getting rid of players and still paying them. Like they were in shambles, right? And in the middle of all that, I think we were like, oh, let's interview some candidates. You know, I don't know what happened with McRae, but don't worry about Kingsley as well. Let's get Voss in. You know, we've got a great list. Let's recruit a bit more. Let's throw a couple $1 million here and there at players. And silently, very silently, they were making ruthless calls at Collingwood. They were making absolutely ruthless calls.
Good
Calls
organisation.
Calls that were shocking.
Grundy,
the fans,
Trelaw.
Calls that, you know, I remember Talkback Radio at the
Adams.
time, Trade Radio. People were losing it, and people were like, how can they do this? This is unbelievable. And I remember multiple times, the Grundy, Trelaw, Stevens. There's so many different things that they were doing, and you're thinking, what's going on here? Ruthless.
Yeah, Collingwood supporter right here. I thought we were goosed for the next decade after 2019.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Like but that's a good organisation. That's an organisation, and you know what? A team, right, with very little ego, right? It takes a lot of self-awareness, and I think a lot of selflessness to do what Nick Dacos did in that last centre bounce. So he identified, you know what? I'm going to, like, me being in that contest is probably going to bring attention to the contest. He took himself out of the contest at the centre bounce. So he made it a genuine, I think, 3v3 or whatever at that centre bounce.
He did.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. That is someone who is clever. I hate him. I hate Nick Dacos. Don't get me wrong. I hate him. I hate Collingwood. They're the filth. Disgusting. Sorry how sweet it is. Hate them. But what a brilliant organisation, right? Brilliant education system. Our players are donkeys. Our players, mate, you tell them go left, they'll go backwards. They won't even go right. We are so far off it. We are so far from the best that I don't know how we fix this with the contracts we have. We need to do a Collingwood. We need to cull some big names and kind of have a mini rebuild almost.
Yeah, but it's not going to change anything, man. Sorry, Mal, real quick. Like you called it before, Andy, it comes from the top, right? Something's not right at the board. Well, I'm going to say coaching level. I'm not going to single out Voss.
Football level.
I'm going to say you hit the nail on the head with Collingwood. The word that came to mind for me was integrity. As an organisation, they've got integrity in the things they do. On field, off field, whatever it is, they're all invested together. Like we say, stronger together. That fucking summarises Collingwood Football Club. Wherever they go, however they go, they're all in. I don't know. Yeah. That pissed me off.
Make no mistake, Richmond will, as scary as it is, Richmond will get back in the 8 earlier than we will, the way it's going.
Very quickly. Very quickly. No, I was just going to say on Collingwood, with 20 seconds to go after they just kicked the goal and they've brought it back to 3 points, how many of you were actually thinking they could get it done? Because I was.
100% I did.
I have belief in them.
I quietly said to myself, I'm like, these peoples will get it done.
If anyone can do it.
If anyone can do it, it's and that burns.
And they almost did.
And that
they almost did.
And then Chris takes the mark and you're thinking,
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
And the fairy tale 240 for 50th game. Yeah.
His kids on the boundary. I'm like, this is the script. This is it. You couldn't have done it better. You couldn't have. Myercheck standing up in the 4th, right? Like, again, it makes me sick admiring that team. It makes me sick admiring that organisation.
He missed. It was a shocking kick. But as soon as the ball came off his foot, the whole Collingwood team surrounded him. Pats on the backs. Matt, Chris couldn't care less that he missed the kick. It obviously would have burnt him, but the fact that his teammates got around him, you don't see that at Carlton.
But let me flip the switch for you for a second.
My government.
Yeah, because we said don't get around him, slap him in the fucking head.
That's what I said. I remember. What a fucking getting around him.
Go back to our review. Go back to our review. We're like, Yeah, they're getting around and fucking slap him in the head. Oh,
I'll
look,
tell you.
it
I'll
was
tell you
like-
what. Can we lighten things up, right?
Okay.
So, I want to get into the giveaway because it was absolutely fantastic, right? So, our weekly giveaway on Instagram. If it's your first time watching, we've got a few in the chat, by the way. There's over 200 of you in the chat.
Smash the like button.
Hit the like button. I don't know
and
what we're
subscribe
on.
If you haven't already.
I actually don't know what we're on in likes wise.
55.
We're on
55.
55 and there's 200 of you. That is embarrassing. Smash the like button, please. And subscribe as well, yeah, if you're not subscribed. We do have a laugh. What's it called? So we do a weekly giveaway on Instagram. Thanks to Mercadante Woodfire Pizzeria. Every week, $100 gift voucher. All you have to do is go to our story, put in your prediction, and if you get it right and you get the closest, you win. Anyway, the person who actually won it this week was Carlos, who actually owns Mercadante Wood-Fired Pizzeria. And when it is a conspiracy. Yeah, so when he messaged me his prediction, I said, haha, imagine you win. He had it 62 points or something. And I said, haha, imagine you win. And he laughed about it. And then he fucking won. But because Carlos is an absolute legend, he's obviously not going to take a $100 voucher to his own restaurant. He's donated back. So what we've decided to do, because last week was so good, was so fun, we decided to go another duck race. And everybody who tipped Adelaide is in. There were only, I think, 7 people. They were all pretty way off for the 60 points as expected. So we've put all 7 of you into a duck race. If you guys want to get the duck race up, we can go through the names. I don't know who's doing it. Georgie,
Yep.
Amal.
Mar's bringing it up now. We're going to
Jesse Moose.
very exciting. Here we go. Who have we got?
Fantastic. So who do we have?
We got Anth. How sweet it is. Paul. Oh wait, hey, you got
we
it
stuffed
Paul
up. It's
Pero-
supposed to be Paul Pero is one
Paul
person.
Pero is one person. All right, go edit. Go edit.
You got to go back.
He's got a double chance.
Edit the
Double
list.
chance.
All right, Paul Pero is one person.
Yeah.
The
There
list
we
is
go.
just Giuseppe
Here we go, guys.
and the Huns. All right.
There we
All right,
go.
just to make it fair, hit shuffle characters. Press that one time. Yeah, so we've shuffled them.
Done.
All right. There we go.
Mlop's
All
gone.
right. So who's calling?
Carl, are you going to call it, Carl?
Nah, it's yours.
Me.
It's Moose. Moose.
I don't even know what you're supposed to do.
All right, I'll call this.
Call
one.
it, bro. Come on, man.
Let's all
All
call it. Let's
all
just
chip
yell.
Bruce. All chip in.
Just pull a Bruce McAvaney, bro. Come on, it's not that hard.
So the winner will get a $100 voucher to Mercadante Wood-Fired Pizzeria, staple of Carlton, 123 Lygon Street, Carlton. Go see Carlos, even if you don't win. Go in there, say good day to Carlos. He's a dirty Collingwood supporter. Go in there, bag him out a bit. Champion bloke. Let's
All right.
get the race going, I reckon.
How long's
Are
it
we
go for?
ready?
30
And
seconds.
3,
4 minutes.
Who's called?
2,
Everyone.
1.
And they're off and red.
Nice even race so far.
Hey,
Giuseppe.
Joseph
Joseph.
pulled in.
Joseph's
Ooh,
in.
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe's up for. Oh, it's slowed
You don't
down.
want to lead early. You don't
The
want to lead
Huns.
early.
Pink
You
one.
don't want to
The
lead
pink
early
one.
in this one. The Huns.
Oh,
Joseph.
Is that
There's
Crip-
12
Crip-
seconds
is that
left.
It's close.
Joseph's.
Oh,
Oh, I'll tell you what. How
How
sweet it
sweet
is
it
at the top.
How sweet it
Ants
is.
at the bottom.
Who's
How
coming at the
sweet it
bottom?
is at the top.
Paul Perro. Paul Perro. Paul Perro. Goal.
One.
Oh, yes. Paulie. Congratulations to Paul. Paul's a long-time follower on Instagram. I know that. So I'll message Paul. That was fantastic. Good call, guys. Fantastic.
that's
Congratulations, Paul.
He hit the Paul Walker Noss at the end there, like just at
Yeah.
the, like a drift right there.
Yep. Giuseppe's in the chat. Fuck, is there a prize for
Oh,
second?
fuck. Number 3.
Oh, no. Mlop won it. It's the only
Maybe
thing
the
number
curse
3.
is over.
We
The
should
curse is
have
over.
Jeez.
Congrats, Paul.
Oh, congratulations to Paul. I love those duck races.
How good.
They're pretty cool.
And
They're pretty cool.
so call out the giveaway, Andy, in case you haven't heard of it on our
Yeah,
preview.
so usually 24 hours before the game. So this week it'll be on Thursday, right up until probably like an hour before the game. Hit our Instagram, follow us on the Monday Blues podcast, and hit our story. You'll see it. It'll be a weekly giveaway story. Hit the prediction box and just put in your prediction. And if you get it or you're the closest to it, you win. If it's equal, you get into a duck race and you fight to the death. Initially, that's what we wanted. We wanted just to fight to the death. But we thought duck race would be more YouTube suitable. So
still trying to win it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Adelaide was a shit show. It's done. It's dusted. We got pumped by 10 goals and we move on. We move on to St Kilda this week. Yeah.
Question. Sorry, Mal. Do you reckon that's what Voss and the selection team do for who's coming in, who's coming out?
That's what someone just said.
Oh, really?
Bocek just said they should use the duck race to select the team. Fuck it, why not?
They probably do.
On ya. Great minds think alike. Good one.
We're off to St Kilda this week, or off to versus St Kilda. It is their home game at the MCG.
If we
Friday
lose,
night.
if we fucking lose,
we said, right? We said if we lose both against Geelong and Adelaide, that season done.
Mm-hmm.
We lost against Adelaide. We're kind of expecting to lose one, but from here on in, you almost feel like it's win everything, or you're done for.
Yeah.
So I know emotions are heightened right now, right? It's in a couple of days after the game. Do you guys think we can? No, not can. Do you guys think we will beat St Kilda one by one? Carl, do you think we will? I'm not asking for right now as it stands. How are you feeling? Do you think we will win?
Yeah.
Mus? One word. One word.
Me, bro.
One word. One word.
No.
Nice. Amal.
Yes.
Georgie?
Asterisk, yes, because at the G, not Marvel.
One word.
Yes.
One word.
Yes.
I'm a big fat no.
Oof.
I'm a massive no.
Why?
Capitals.
Why?
Because we're dogs. Because we're shit. That's why.
Bro, we've shown nothing for the last 2 years, bro.
Because Jesse Mlop and Sam Docherty aren't going to get dropped. That's why we're going to lose. That's how I'm feeling today. Ask me on Thursday night for the preview. We're going to have a preview Thursday. Again, if this is your first time watching, we're having a preview on Thursday night. So make sure you tune in. Hey, I'll probably be G'd up and I'll say we win by 30 points. So we'll see. Right now, as it stands, we're not winning another game for the year.
They're another bogey team. They're another bogey team for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it was at Marvel, I'd be a big fat no as well, because us against them at Marvel, they love
Marvel.
They love it. They play the surface well. Plus, there, I don't think we've played them at the G since 2016 or 2017. Obviously, this one's Spud's game. Expecting a bit of a crowd, and the fact that it's at the G gives me somewhat a bit more confidence. And the fact that we simply have to go 3-0 before the bye, because it's 6-5 or 5-6. If we win, say 2 games, let's say we win this one and we've got GWS. We've got GWS at home. I'm still optimistic. I don't even know why.
Sydney then GWS.
Yeah. Sydney, so this is the thing. You got Saints, Sydney, GWS at home. Yeah, Sydney away, of course. I don't think anyone's expecting to beat Sydney at the SCG, because, again, that's just another horrible venue for us to play Sydney at. We've just had no luck there. So that makes this one and the GWS one absolutely pivotal. But, again, you go into the bye 5-6 with a couple of, easy fixtures.
George, 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
Slowly.
We're in strife. We're in strife. There's no.
Why are you tipping us against St Kilda?
Welcome. Finally, he's awake.
George just talked himself out of tipping Carlton. I'm telling you.
Talking to himself.
I hate what this team's done to me.
I actually think the players think like the supporters. Like the players think, you know what? We're playing St Kilda. They got it over us, but it's on the MCG, so we should win. Oh, we play Adelaide over there. It's going to be hard, man. Oh, far out. Like that's I think they think like us as well. So I don't know, man.
I just want to know what Taylor Walker was barking to Sard. Put your best theories in the chat, because you're talking about what they think and what they like. Sard was having a go at him while we're 7-8 goals down. I'm like, bro, just shut your mouth and play the game.
Oh, fuck his big ears, man. He'll fucking start his own airline.
Taylor.
Yeah, Adam Sard's no good, man. Starting fights with a bloke double his size. Chill out, bro. We're down by 8 goals.
Yeah. For me, Sard's generally a pretty cool, calm, collected character on the field. For him to react like that to anyone, and look, we all know Walker's history. That's all I'll say.
He probably just told him his hummus was better than his, so something along those lines.
I want the wildest theory. None of the stuff that's been reported on, Facebook and forums. But yeah, it was a wild interaction.
Hey, Justin Akari,
Oh,
the Lebo came out of him. Lucky he didn't shoot the dog.
Justin.
Hey, do you want to know how bad this loss was? Justin wasn't even like full sad about it. Usually, like Justin has a meltdown with me. We just melt down together in an Instagram DM. But we're pretty all right, man. It's like fucking hell, bro. We're still shit.
Hey, Andy, you didn't give us the wedding story.
Oh, so yeah. Once again, congratulations to my cousin Claudette and her new husband Daniel. So my uncle Eddie, who's a massive Collingwood supporter, he was doing his father of the bride speech, and he's like, yep. When I first met Daniel, I asked him a series of questions, and he answered them all, quite strongly, firmly. And he has until I asked him who we bagged for. Now Daniel's a Carlton supporter, so more than half my family being Carlton supporters, like, hey, go Blues, smashing it, yeah, Carlton, yeah. And then Claudette, who's a Collingwood supporter, so the bride has gone, go the Pies. For the first time in your life, I saw a bride get booed at her own wedding. It was fantastic. Just 50 people just absolutely booing her. It was fantastic. So, yeah, congratulations once again to Claudette and Daniel. Stefan, who's Daniel's brother, is actually always in our chat as well. So, shout out to Stefan as well.
That's up there with Andy booing babies at the Gabba.
Do you remember that? Bro, why were they walking their kids around? I don't care.
AFLW premiership team. And then at half time, Andy goes, boo. And the lady in front of us, she was lovely. She's like, you can't boo the girls. And then she yelled at the baby. And the baby like, boo. He's booing a baby.
Good times.
Yeah. Just quietly, we're favourites to beat St Kilda this week.
I can't believe that. I saw that. $1.60 to like $2.30 or something. I saw it.
Pretty much. Yep.
That was wild.
Delusional.
That was wild.
I don't understand.
Put your bets on the Saints.
Easy money, huh?
Didn't Carl say Carlton was going to win? I swear to God. We've converted them.
Teams made us delusional, man. Well, quick turnaround, right? 6-day turnaround. Probably the better thing after a loss like that. You want to get stuck back into it. How about them keeping hostage Chera hostage?
After the game,
speak anymore. After the game, Chera was the hostage this week.
The new hostage.
Got to get to work. Mussa's favourite line. Got to get to work.
Fuck these dogs. Bro.
Mussa's had enough.
Bro, like the same shit. Rinse, repeat. Come
Can you go
out,
back
win
to
one.
Bali this week?
Good story. Come back, get flogged. Come back.
Mussa's just hit the alt F4 on this season. He's done. Just see you later.
George crunching numbers. If we win this by 16 points and lose this one by 14 points, and then round 22, and then if we lose that, maybe we'll make finals on percentage.
And then Essendon will kick us out in the last round.
That's the one.
Pretty much, bro.
Hey, they're in a bit of strife now. They're pretty bad. The injuries are mounting.
60
Who?
points.
That's
Bombers
That's still beat us.
Yeah.
probably right. There's a bit going on. In the AFL. There's
Well, Willie Rioli threatening players.
Willie Rioli threatening players. I don't know where that came from. Taron Thomas getting busted with some
gear.
stuff in a car.
Did he?
Yeah.
Um,
Him and his mate.
Jamara
Tanner Bruin
taking
with a
leave-
finger
leave-
injury still.
Can't
Ah,
talk
yeah,
about
the
that.
old.
Jamara
Tanner
taking
Bruin.
leave from
Yeah.
leave. Like, how do you take leave
Yeah.
from leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going
Carlton
on?
being shit. Oh, we respect
Another
about
day,
that.
another day in paradise.
Moose with Barley Belly.
Nice.
It's all happening. It's all
That's bad.
happening. All right. When the farts come out, you know it's time to go. You know it's time to
Who the
go.
fuck's fighting, man?
It's a mile.
It's
What
a
do you
barley
mean?
belly, man.
He's got his mic
Stop
under his
it.
ass.
Lost it, bro.
All right, gents. Call it.
Let's call it.
Fucking no. Oh.
Carwin Ellie.
Thursday night preview for St Kilda Carlton. 176 still with us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please
Votes
make
now?
sure to do so. Nah, man.
Votes?
What are you gonna do for?
Oh, fair enough.
Fuck
I'm
the
soft.
votes, bro.
I wouldn't have
No, we
a
don't
clue
do
anyway.
that.
I wasn't going to
Not
vote.
tonight. Not tonight.
Not undeserving.
I was going to give a vote to Moose.
Thanks, guys.
A negative vote for coming back to fucking Australia. Fucking cockhead.
I agree with you. I agree with that, bro. Holla. Straight up.
Love you, Moose.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Thursday night preview. We will dissect what we can from the upcoming St Kilda v Carlton game at the MCG on Friday night. Until then, it is sayonara from the Monday Blues. Thanks, boys.
Sicky now.